All right, the self-proclaimed most transparent administration in history continues to stonewall the Congress, the press, and you, the American people, over accusations that it broke some very serious federal laws. Now, for months, allegations have swirled that Pennsylvania Congressman Joe Sestak was offered a high-profile job by a White House official in order to drop his primary challenge against now outgoing Senator Arlen Specter. Now, if Sestak was offered a job to drop out of an election, well, the officials involved broke a number of federal statutes. So, did the conversation take place? Well, NBC's David Gregory asked Congressman Joe Sestak that very question on Meet the Press.
Yes or no? Straightforward question. Were you offered a job, and what was the job?
I was offered a job, and I answered that.
You said no, you wouldn't take the job. Was it the Secretary of the Navy? Was it the Secretary of the Navy job?
Anything that goes beyond that is for others to talk about.
All right, now, despite growing evidence of this backroom bribe, the White House is refusing to investigate the matter, and it's now ignoring Congressman Darrell Iss's request to appoint a special prosecutor. Instead, this White House is standing in the way of the truth, and Propaganda Minister Robert Gibbs has dodged questions on this subject over the past few months. You're going to love this. Let's take a look.
The White House offered him a high-ranking job. You guys have any comment on that?
I was traveling for a couple of days, as you know. I have seen some stuff that he said, but I have not looked into this.
You've told us a couple of times to check back on this. And it's an update number one and number two.
I don't have the update with me, but let me check and see if I do have that.
Last Tuesday, you told us, I don't have the update with me on Sestak. Two things have happened since then.
I don't have any.
Send a letter to the White House counsel.
I don't have anything additional on that.
Do you have an answer yet on Mr. Sestak's charge?
I don't have any more information on that.
He said he was offered a job. Would you deny that?
And I don't have. I wouldn't give you. I don't have anything to add to what Jake asked me.
So you can't rule out that a job was offered.
I don't have anything to add to what I said in March.
Humada. But yesterday, Gibbs finally appeared to acknowledge that a discussion did take place between the White House and Sestak. Listen to this.
I'm not a lawyer, but lawyers in the White House and others have looked into conversations that were had with Congressman Sestak, and nothing inappropriate happened.
Oh, forgive me, Robert, if I don't take your word for it. Now, frankly, I think we, the American people, deserve a full explanation, not only from the White House, but from Congressman Joe Sestak as well. And here with reaction is the author of 2010, Take Back America, A Battle Plan. The one and only Dick Morris is here in studio. Dick, welcome back. Good to see you.
Good.
Just back from a cruise. This, at a minimum, we're talking about a congressman offered a high-ranking job. This is a de facto bribe, no?
Well, yeah, it is. Let's be clear about the statute. It is illegal to offer someone anything of importance or of value in return for a vote or a running or not running for office. Illegal.
All right, so Sestak is admitted on numerous...
Which, by the way, is a far broader statute than the bribery statute. Bribery statute, there has to be federal funds involved and stuff like that. This is a straight prohibition against offering anything of value, clearly a violation of law.
Right, so the two things are going to emerge here. Sestak is going to back off a comment that he's made multiple times, doubtful, which would be a violation of ethics laws in Congress and a big political liability for him. Or he's going to have to tell us what job they offered, who offered it, and then it raises another question.
Sure.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
Absolutely. This scandal could be enormous. It's Valerie Plame, only 10 times bigger, because it's illegal. And Joe Sestak is either lying or the White House committed a crime. You can't have it both ways. Yeah. And he's going to ultimately have to tell us what job, when, and with who. And then the person that offered will have to be asked, did anyone authorize that? Obviously, the offer of a significant job in the White House could not be made unless it was by Rahm Emanuel or cleared with Rahm Emanuel. And equally, obviously, the Rahm Emanuel for a cabinet-level job, probably Secretary of the Navy, would have had to clear that with the president. That is a high crime and misdemeanor.
That would be, in other words, an impeachable offense.
Absolutely, because he would have authorized a member of his staff to offer something of value, a cabinet position, in return for dropping out of a race.
It's like Sestak playing this word game. Yeah. You know, he admits, I'm beyond.
He believes in total transparency and openness, but he won't tell tell us who made the offer. He won't tell us what the offer was or when it took place.
Right, but watch Robert Gibbs here. It seems that...
And by the way, the only reason he told us the offer was made because he used it as an issue with which to defeat Specter.
Well, they used it as an issue, but also he was ticked off at the White House because they were supporting Specter, and he wanted to run for that seat. And so he made it public, and he's made so on numerous occasions. It's not plausible. I think you're right. If it's Secretary of the Navy, that somebody within Obama's White House would make that offer without the knowledge of the president.
You can't.
So now are they going to cover this up?
Believe me, they didn't offer him, a clerkship. I mean, this guy's a United States congressman running for United States senator. He's an admiral in the Navy, retired. That's an obvious position. And you cannot, you could offer some patronage job without going upstairs, but you're not going to offer a cabinet position without clearing it with the president.
All right, I've been following your columns. A Senate majority comes closer. Yeah, I saw you in the green room. You were just about giddy. I think we got it. I think I was the first to call this. And to your credit, you saw the possibility of a Senate win for the Republicans. I don't like to count our chickens before they hatch. I get very suspicious.
Well, I lay all this out in 20